Welcome back to the Premier League predictions 2024-25. I'm doing this the night before the season, and I'm going to be there at the opening game, Man United against Fulham. I'll be there in the stadium. So I thought I'd make this, but it's going to be quicker than the last few years, because the last few years I kind of rambled on a bit too much. So this year I am just going to be a bit lazy, use a tier maker to get this out of the way, and I'll show now here my points from last year, and at the end of the season we will compare them to how I predicted and what actually happened. But anyway, let's begin the ranking. Okay, I'm going to go from 20th upwards, even though you can see the teams at the bottom. It's fine, does not really matter at all. But we are going to begin with my 20th place. I am going to put, it is one of the newly promoted sides, it is Southampton. I didn't really know where to put these guys. I didn't want to, because last season I put Burnley way too high. I did not want to do that again with any of these teams. I think Brighton Diaz is a really good signing, because he got 6 goals in a really bad Sheffield United side. I think he could do something similar in a decent Southampton team. But I don't know, I really just do not see it work, and I think their style of play will be exploited very early on. Next up, we have maybe a little bit of a shock. I think everyone can predict this. Leicester City. Oh, move them along. Leicester City, seemingly there is a points deduction imminent, so that's going to falter them a bit. The signings they've made, I don't know, haven't really been crazy for it. Now, Steve Cooper, who was really good at Nottingham Forest, performed a lot of miracles. But this Leicester team, I just don't think they're ready for it. I really don't think they're ready for it. I think they're going to go straight back to the Championship. And last to go down, in my opinion, is it going to be free for free in terms of promoted clubs? No, it's not. I'm going to put Brentford. Now, this may be a bit of a surprising one, but I think people are finally starting to think that Brentford's days in the Premier League are numbered. They've been fantastic to the Premier League, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, they just don't look the same. I mean, Ivan Toney is back, but it's just, there is still time for him to leave. There is still like another 15, 16 days for him to leave, and I don't know, it just seems a bit toxic for the club. He seemingly does not like the club. The amount of stuff he's put up online about how much he hates Brentford, bloody hell. But the signings they've made haven't really surprised me. So, yeah. Brentford. It's been great having you there, but I think it's 4th time back down to the Championship. 17th place, that does leave us with the final promoted team, Ipswich Town. Now, I'm so excited to see Ipswich Town in the Premier League. I've never seen them in the Premier League in my life. They were last in it, 2002, 2003? And I wasn't alive then. But this is going to be where the gap between the Premier League and the Championship really shows. This is kind of a bit of an out there prediction. I just really want one of the promoted teams to stay up, and I want that to be Ipswich. They were incredible last season. They were incredible in League One, but the squad, it's still similar to those League One days. But you know, they've signed the likes of Liam Delap, Muric and Burnley, who was really good for them last season, and Jacob Greaves. I love Jacob Greaves. He was fantastic in my Football Manager save. I think he'll do well. Hutchinson's in on permanent deal as well. But I think it'll be a bit like Luton, where they just need to enjoy themselves. And I think the main difference with this team is going to be Kieran McKenna. They need to keep him the whole season. He will be the reason that they get points. And the home games at Portman Road. If they beat Liverpool on the opening day, oh my God, I will love them for life. Next, again, so from about here to about, let me have a look, about 10th, 9th place, I struggled. I honestly could not really find where to put these teams. So, for 16th place, I've gone with Nottingham Forest. And I don't really know. Nuno Espirito Santo, I mean, he was really good in his Wolves days, but I don't know. He just doesn't really wow me as a manager. I don't see him like really propelling this Forest side. I think they'll survive quite comfortably. But at the same time, I've seen on social media that some Forest fans have said that this is one of the best Forest teams that they've ever seen. And that is kind of saying something if it's one of the best Forest teams that they've seen. Which obviously, makes sense because they haven't been in the Premier League for so long. It's their third season back, which is really surprising to me that it's been that long already. But yeah, I do like Forest. I think they will stay up. They'll be I think they'll have a slow start, but they'll just kind of pick up mid-season kind of thing. 15th, I've gone for a team that I didn't have a lot of faith in many times, and that is Bournemouth. There you go, 15th place for you guys. Iraola, fantastic job he's done. Solanke is gone. He's gone to Tottenham. Going to be quite a big miss, but I think they've got Enes Unal. I think he's coming back from his loan. I think he's going to be really good. And the team that they've built, it's a solid team, I'll tell you that much. Maybe 15th is a little harsh, but I don't know. I think it's solid. I don't think they'll be in any real danger of going down. They'll pick up some big wins. I think they'll beat Chelsea away. They'll get a point against Liverpool at home, and they will beat Arsenal. Screw it, they'll beat Arsenal. That's just random. Got to be bold with these predictions. Next, we have Everton. Now, Everton, I think there were news that they might be in a bit of trouble again, but I don't know if that is coming into fruition. I could be wrong. But this year, it is their final year at Goodison Park. You may remember last year I said that it was their last year at Goodison Park. It wasn't. But this season, it is. It's the final season. And every single home game is going to be a war for Sean Dyche's men. The home games will keep them up, like they did last year for me. I mean, they survived that 6 to 10 point deduction last year. I think they'll do it again. Onana is gone, but they have signed the likes of Ilman Ndiaye. Jacob Bryan from Lyon, very good signing. Brantford, it's looking like he's going to stay now because United have pulled out because, he was quite a bit of money. But yeah, I think the home games will keep Everton very clear from relegation this season, and yeah, I'd love them to end Goodison Park on a high. 13th place, again, another one where I was a bit like, I really don't know where to put this team. And I guess it is kind of changed now, but it's Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, they have just lost Pedro Neto. Yeah, but to be fair, Neto was always kind of injury prone anyway, so he wasn't really around too much, and they coped well without him. They didn't really need it that much. So I think they'll be fine. They'll just be mid-table. Gary O'Neill's he's done an incredible job at both Bournemouth and Wolves. He's a very underrated manager. So yeah, I'd love to see Wolves stay up. I did say that they'd get relegated last season. I am not making that mistake again. So Wolves 13th place for you, the unlucky 13. But there you go. Next up, 12, and see this one is tough. I have flip-flopped with this one a bit. I mean, they were lower down, but I have moved them up. It is Brighton and Hove Albion. De Zerbi's gone. That was a shock to me. Well, I guess it wasn't really. But yeah, he is gone now. I thought he'd go to a bigger club. But he ended up going to Marseille, which would be quite exciting for them. So it'll be a bit of a transitional period for them. I think the new manager's going to do well. Pascal Gross is now gone, which means he won't be doing well against United anymore, which is good to hear. But Yankuba Minte, what an unbelievable signing that is. I don't know why Newcastle got rid of him. I only knew him because of Football Manager. My knowledge is not the best, but he is phenomenal. He actually is just phenomenal. He's going to be so key for them this season because he had a great season at Feyenoord. And they've been picking up really smart signings as well. They did just sign someone today. I forgot what his name is, and I feel really bad. But I think 12th place is fair for them, but I would not be surprised if they finish in the top half. But I think with a new manager, a new era, I think 12th is fair. I think Brighton fans would take that 5 years ago if they were just a solid mid-table team. Next, another fascinating team, a team that I really like, and that is Fulham. They are my 11th place team. Yeah, fascinating team. I did struggle to predict these guys as well because obviously Adebayo and Palhinha are now gone. They're both gone. Adebayo to Chelsea and Palhinha finally gone to Bayern Munich. It did take him a while to get their signings in, but Emile Smith-Rowe, if he can stay fit, he will be such a great signing. And Ryan Sessegnon, he's back. Maybe that'll kind of kickstart his career, I guess. That would be nice to see. I mean, I did forget that he existed, but that's fine. That's on me, that one. But yeah, 11th place. As long as they don't win tomorrow night, I'm happy with Fulham. 11th place, you guys deserve it. Oh, right, now this one. It feels like with the signings this team have made, they should be higher. But I was struggling a bit with it, and that team is West Ham United. Look, the signing... Let me get at the signings they've made, actually. Let's go to the transfers. Right, so we've just got the signings of West Ham up here. Max Kilman, Silencio Somerville, Nicholas Fulkrug, Luis Guillaume, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Wes Foderingham, Guido Rodriguez, Jean-Claude Todibo, Thilo Kehrer. Oh, he's back on loan, sorry. These are the loan guys. But those 8 signings, is it? Oh my god. They are phenomenal. Wan-Bissaka in particular. I'm so devastated that he's gone. Fulkrug, he's going to be good. Somerville, what a signing. And Kilman as well. They have smashed it out of the park. But why 10th place? Seems a bit low, doesn't it? I mean, I guess they don't have Europe this season. But Lovertake, I don't know how I feel about him. It feels like, if you may remember when Manuel Pellegrini was the West Ham manager, it feels a bit like that. They had that season 2018-19. They signed so many good players. But it didn't quite work out for them. They were a bit all over the place. They couldn't get it to work. I feel like it's going to be like that again. I don't know why. I think they'll struggle at the start, but they'll pick up. I think Lopetegui will stay the whole season. But I don't know. I feel a bit weird about West Ham, but I think they'll be okay. 10th place seems fair. Next on my list is a team who I am very, very excited to see in action. That team for 9th place is Crystal Palace. They were the informed team last season. They were on top of their game. They have lost Michael Olise to Bayern Munich, but they have replaced him with the likes of Ismail Assar and Daichi Kamada. Sarr already had Premier League experience with Watford. But yeah, I mean, they have Mark Gahey as well. After that solid, if they can keep him, if he doesn't go to Newcastle, I think they could be higher in the table, honestly. He had a very good Euros campaign for England. And honestly, if they do get into Europe, that would not surprise me, because they deserve it. They have been so good under Glasner. And I am excited to see what they do. As long as they don't beat United 4-0 again, I'm happy with you, Crystal Palace. Keep going at it. Now, I have made a sudden change to my predictions. 8th place is now Chelsea. Now, why is it Chelsea? Because it was a different team that I will reveal in a second. But the reason why I've now moved Chelsea, who were 7th but are now 8th, because I don't know what the hell is wrong with this club. Why did they sack Pochettino? Because they started to click at the end of last season. They were in quite good form, and it felt like, right, Pochettino next season is going to get the ground running. But no, they sacked him, and they replaced him with the manager who won the championship. Fair enough. But the manager who won the championship, that the fans of the championship winning team did not like and wanted sacked. That's a bit worrying. Their pre-season has been dreadful. They got battered by Celtic. They got battered by Man City. They scraped a draw against Inter Milan. The tactics are poor and boring. Do I even want to list the players they've signed? You know what? I'm just going to do it. Oh my god, it's a lot more than I thought. Pedro Neto, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, Philip Jorgensen, Amari Kellyman, Anselmino, Shaw, Renato Vega, Caleb Wiley, Mark Gui, Adebayo from Fulham, Eddie Beach, Tino Anjorin, Bashir, Humphreys. And I'm pretty sure there are more on the way. I mean, oh my god. This team, there's too many players. And you may think, if you were a Chelsea fan, I think you would be quite excited, oh, look, all these new players, but it's going to cause a rift in the team because they can't play them all. What are they going to do with most of them? They are all very young, fair enough. But what are you going to do with them? You're going to have to loan them all out or something. It's not going to work. I don't know. I think they're in trouble. I really think they're in trouble. Anyway, next to the team who I originally thought was going to be 7th place. And that team, getting the Conference League spot legitimately this time, is Newcastle United. I feel like there's troubles with the ownership. I don't know. I feel like I saw something about that. They have a solid team. Isaac and Gordon, I think they're going to really, really go for it this season. Bruno Guimaraes, if he stays, that'd be great for them. Mark Gahey, if they do sign him, they could even be higher. But they had that Champions League experience last season. They've got a very solid squad still. And let me have a look at their transfers real quick. I don't think they've really lost or signed anyone, to my knowledge. Lewis Hall's in permanently. Yeah, Elliot Anderson and Yankuba Minter, again, I don't know why they sold him. But they haven't really lost anyone. They haven't signed anyone. It's basically the same squad. But yeah, I think that they're going to be in a very good position. I think they're establishing themselves in those European places. I think they'll be fine. 7th place seems fair. Next, the top 6. Now, this is where things do get interesting because obviously people know what team I support. So there's going to be a bit of bias involved in this. 6th place is a team that, I don't know, again, I'm very unsure about. Because last season I liked them a lot. Tottenham Hotspur, you are my 6th place team going in to the Europa League next season. They're in the Europa League this season, I think. They are, yes. Solanke. Oh, what a signing. That is such a solid Harry Kane replacement. Because Richarlison, he just is not hitting it at all. Archie Gray from Leeds, again, another fantastic signing. He's signing his players, Ange, and I'm glad. Because excuse me. The team last season, they were great, but they didn't really have the signings for it. So I think this season, they're going to be a solid team. They did have parts last season where they were a bit wishy-washy in a way. But no, I'm excited to see Tottenham. I think they are going to be a solid team next season. Right. My 5th place team actually no, I say just missing out on the Champions League. This could be a Champions League spot. Remember, 5th place can get it, but it also depends on how the other English teams do. I have put Aston Villa, not 4th place this time. Why have I put them 5th place? Well, first of all, Unai Emery, give this man a knighthood. This is a generational Villa team. They are back in the elite club of European football, the Champions League. But I do think it will dampen their squad a bit. I think it'll take a bit of a toll on them that they don't have players who are experienced in it. Which it'll take it because obviously the Champions League is longer now. And there's more group games because it lasts until about January, the groups. They signed the like of Illing Jr. from Juventus, which is such a good signing, by the way. He's gone so under the radar. Ross Barkley, solid signing from Luton. He had a very good season with Luton. Back at Aston Villa, of course. And Amadou Onana. I really like Onana. I think he's going to help that midfield so much because now they have lost Douglas Luiz, of course. 50 to 60 million pounds for Moussa Diaby, who's gone to Saudi Arabia. I mean, yeah, if you're getting paid that much money, might as well. But yeah, the fact that they got that much money for him, only having him for a year, fair play to him, honestly. But yeah, I think they'll just miss out on the top four this time. But again, another brilliant season for them coming up. Who is my fourth place team? This is where the bias run comes to end. It is Man United. Yeah, I think United are such a tough team to predict this season. I was at the Community Shield game at Wembley. I thought we were phenomenal. We deserved to win that game. We got unlucky, obviously. I know that City were playing a weak side, but United were playing players who hadn't played in weeks. Hadn't played for United in months since the FA Cup final. But that FA Cup final win might be the turning point of Ten Hag in this side, like it was for Fergie back in the 90s. The injury troubles, Yoro and Højlund out for the start of the season, that is going to be so bad. But De Ligt and Mazraoui just came in the other day. Ugarte might still come to the club, we don't know yet. Amad Diallo, he looks like he's about to have his breakthrough season. Garnacho, he is really kicking into gear now. Fernandes is committed to the club. Rashford, I hope he refines his form. But yes, the recruitment's smart. The club is looking healthier. A lot of optimism. If we win tomorrow, we're winning the title. Anyway, third place, I've gone for Liverpool. Now, Liverpool are another interesting team. Klopp is gone. The era is over. However, Liverpool have signed no one, I think. Let me just double check this. I'm correct. As of right now, they have signed no one, but I'm pretty sure Mamardashvili from Valencia is coming, but he's not really going to start because Alisson is still there and at the peak of his powers. They've lost Carvalho. Obviously, Thiago's retired. Matip's gone. But I don't know. I think the team that they have are just so used to just winning. Arne Slot is going to be a solid replacement for Klopp. He made a great Feyenoord side. Yeah, their experienced players will get them over the line. Third place. Well done, Liverpool. Tossers. Now, to decide who will be the champions. Will it finally be Arsenal? Or for the fifth time in a row, will it be Man City? Well, this may surprise you, but I'm just going to follow the pack. Man City going to win the title. Arsenal are going to come second again. But why? Why are they going to come second? I think the gap is getting closer. But Arsenal, they haven't really strengthened that much. Calafiori is the big name of the summer, but Arsenal fans seem to care more about his looks than his defensive abilities. I've never seen this guy actually play. Mikel Merino might be coming there. He'll be a good signing. But will Arteta actually look into the youth that Arsenal have? No. Do they have the squad depth that I think will help them challenge for the title? No. Will the Champions League hinder their performances again? Yes. Arsenal, I'm sorry. I really don't think you're going to do it this time. And if you do, I'm sorry. But City, yeah. City are City, aren't they? 5 years in a row. Boring. They've not lost any key players. They're entering their prime, most of them. Haaland scores for fun. De Bruyne still plays in his prime consistently. Foden is Foden. What do you do, man? I don't know. They haven't signed anyone apart from Salvinho. He looks pretty good when I saw him the other day at Wembley, but I don't think it'll be that important. Do they need to sign people? No. No, they don't. Yeah. Well, that was exciting. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully United win title number 21. Adios.